You think it's your house. It isn't. Somewhere along the way, you signed a lease you never read, and the landlord is small and furry and watching you right now from the top of the couch with her tail curled around her paws. Your cat is running a quiet little kingdom, and that kingdom has rules, real ones with real consequences. And here's the uncomfortable part: you are almost certainly breaking a few of them right now without any idea that you're doing it. And here's why that matters more than it sounds. A cat does not correct you the way a dog would. She won't make a scene. She won't sulk in an obvious way and let you off the hook with a guilty snuggle 5 minutes later. When you break one of her rules, she simply withdraws a little, quietly, and files it away. And she keeps the ledger, which is exactly why so many people spend years living with a cat who seems to hold them at arm's length. A cat they describe as just not a cuddly cat, never once realizing that they've been quietly breaking the same handful of rules the entire time. So today, I'm going to hand you the rule book, the actual one. Follow these, and you will watch a cat you thought was aloof or standoffish or just not that into you slowly and deliberately decide that you are safe. Because that's the secret nobody tells you. Most cold cats aren't cold. They're just living with someone who keeps breaking the rules. I'll be honest with you the whole way through, including 2 things you've probably been told about cats that are complete nonsense, which I'll take apart when we get to them, because you deserve the real thing and not the folklore. By the end, you'll know the rules your cat has been quietly enforcing this whole time. And the last one is the one almost everyone gets wrong, and it's the one that costs the most. Let's start. Rule 1: never stare her down. To you, gazing into her eyes feels like affection. To her, a direct, unblinking stare is what a threat looks like. In cat language, hard eye contact is a challenge. It is precisely what she does to a strange cat in the yard right before things go badly. So when you lock eyes and lean in close to adore her, some part of her reads it not as love but as pressure or even a mild threat. The polite version, the one that means the exact opposite, is the slow blink. Researchers in England actually tested this. When a person slow blinks at a cat, the cat is more likely to slow blink back and more likely to want to approach them. So look at her, soften your eyes, and slowly close them for a beat. That's how cats say, "I mean you no harm." Break the stare gently, and you've just spoken to her in her own language, probably for the first time. Rule 2: let her make the first move. Always. This is the single rule that separates the people cats adore from the people cats avoid. We want to scoop them up, chase them across the room, pull them into our laps, and hold them there. Cats are wired to hate that. They are a species that needs to feel in control of the approach, and the research on how cats prefer to interact points the same way every time. The cats who get to choose when and how contact happens end up more affectionate, not less. This is also the reason for that maddening thing cats do at a party, where they walk straight past every person cooing at them and go sit on the lap of the one person in the room who hates cats. That person is ignoring her. That person is following rule 2 by accident, so don't go to her. Sit down, get quiet, put a hand out low, and let her close the gap on her own terms. The less you demand, the more she gives. It feels completely backwards, and it works every single time. Rule 3: learn the map and learn the warning. There is a map on your cat's body of where she loves to be touched and where she absolutely does not, and most people never bother to read it. The green zones are the face, the cheeks, the chin, the base of the ears, all the places she rubs on furniture to mark it as hers. Those are the spots she's practically asking you to touch. The red zone for most cats is the belly and the base of the tail. And here is the trap that catches almost everyone. When she rolls over and shows you her belly, that is not an invitation. That soft, exposed belly is one of the highest compliments a cat can pay you. It means she feels completely, totally safe. Reach down and rub it, and you have just punished her for trusting you. And the map comes with a warning system, if you'll read it. That thing where she's purring on your lap, loving the attention, and then suddenly whips around and bites your hand. People call it random. It isn't. It's petting induced overstimulation, and she almost always warns you first. The tail starts to twitch or thump. The skin along her back ripples. The ears rotate back. Those are her telling you enough. And when you keep going anyway, the bite is the last resort of a cat who ran out of polite ways to ask you to stop. Watch the tail. When it starts to flick, you take your hand away, and she learns that you, unlike everyone else, actually listen. Rule 4, play is not optional, it's a rule. We treat playing with a cat as a bonus, a nice extra when we have time. To her, it's a need as real as food. Your cat is a hunter wearing a house pet's body, running a hunting program that has nowhere to go. That program has a sequence: hunt, catch, kill, eat, and when a cat never gets to complete it, that unspent energy doesn't just vanish, it curdles. It comes out as the 3 a.m. zoomies, the ambush on your ankles, the aggression, the anxiety, the overgrooming. A badly behaved indoor cat is very often just an unemployed hunter. So give her the job. A wand toy, 10 minutes, let her stalk and chase and finally catch it, and then feed her right after. So the sequence completes the way her body expects. A cat who gets to hunt is a calmer, kinder, saner cat. This one rule quietly fixes half the problems people write in about. Rule 5, and this one is the throne room. Guard her routine and guard the litter box like it is sacred, because to her, it is. Cats are creatures of deep routine, and sudden change reads to them as danger. Feeding and quiet and rhythm at roughly the same times each day is how a cat feels the world is safe. But the box is the big one, the rule broken most often and cared about most. The unspoken law here is 1 box per cat plus 1 extra, each kept scrupulously clean, in a quiet spot where she can't be ambushed. A box that's dirty or crammed in a loud corner or shared by too many cats is not a minor annoyance to her. It is a genuine violation of the deal. And a cat cannot file a complaint, so she protests the only way she can, somewhere you really won't like. Now, I'll be straight with you. The first time a cat goes outside the box, the very first move is a vet visit, because it's often a medical cry for help, not defiance. But once she's cleared, nearly every "my cat is acting out" story on earth traces back to this one rule: broken. Keep it clean, keep it calm, keep it hers. Now, before the last 2 rules, let me kill the first myth I promised you. You've heard that when your cat jumps on the counter, walks across your keyboard, or plants herself in the doorway, she's asserting dominance, trying to be the boss of you. Throw that idea in the trash. Cats did not evolve in ranked packs the way dogs and wolves did. There is no hierarchy she's climbing, no throne she's usurping, no power she's grabbing. She's on the counter because it's warm and high and she can survey her whole territory. And high places make cats feel safe. She's in the doorway because it's a good vantage point. She is not staging a coup. Punishing a cat for dominance is punishing her for a thing that does not exist in her mind. And that leads us straight to the biggest rule of all. Rule 6. Never punish her. Here's what nobody tells you. A cat cannot connect your punishment to the thing she did a moment ago. Yell at her, squirt her with a bottle, scruff or scold her, and she does not learn, "I shouldn't do that." She is incapable of that link. She learns one thing and one thing only: that you, the big creature she was just starting to trust, are sometimes, without warning, frightening and unsafe. Punishment doesn't fix the behavior. It just teaches her to be wary of you. And every bit of trust you've been building quietly drains out through it. If you want to change what she does, you never touch her. You change the world around her. More scratching posts so she leaves the couch alone. More height, a cleaner box. That 10 minutes of hunting, you fix the cause, and you never, ever make yourself the thing she fears. And here's the second myth, the one that breaks my heart a little, because it gives people permission to break every rule on this list. The myth that cats are aloof, independent, that they don't really need us, that they'd be just as happy with anyone, that a cat is basically a houseplant that eats. It isn't true, and the science is now clear on it. When researchers ran cats through the same attachment tests they use on human babies and on dogs, the majority of cats showed a secure attachment to their person. They use their owner as a safe base, exactly the way a child uses a parent. She is not indifferent to you. She bonds. She can be lonely. She notices when you're gone, and she notices when you're sad. The aloof act is exactly that, an act from a small animal built by evolution to never show weakness. Underneath it is something that needs you far more than it will ever let on. So look at the rule book you've just been handed. Don't stare her down. Blink slow. Let her come to you. Read the map, leave the belly, and watch the tail. Give her the hunt, keep her routine and her box sacred. Forget the dominance nonsense. Never punish her, and never ever believe she doesn't care. Because here's what all of it really is underneath. These aren't the demands of a difficult cat being difficult. They are, every one of them, a small animal from a species that trusts almost nothing in this world, quietly telling you exactly how to earn her. If you'll just listen. Follow these rules, and the cat you thought was cold and unknowable begins to change in front of you. She holds your gaze a heartbeat longer. She chooses your lap over the empty side of the couch. She waits by the door. She stops merely tolerating you, and she starts genuinely to trust you. Not because she changed, because you finally learned to speak her language. So tell me down in the comments, which one of these rules have you been breaking? Be honest. We've all broken at least one. I broke about 4 before I knew better. I read every single comment on these. And if this gave you a whole new way of seeing that little landlord watching you from the top of the couch, do me a favor and share it with the one person you know who's absolutely convinced their cat just doesn't like them. I promise you, it's rule 3 or it's rule 6. Take care of her and follow her rules. She has been waiting a very long time for someone to finally learn them. I'll see you in the next one.